I'm curious to find out who had the best ratio of stolen bases per game played. If you played 1,000 games and stole 1,000 bases, your ratio or percentage would be one stolen base per game played, 1.00. Nobody in baseball history has done that. But there's a lot of guys in the rankings as far as stolen bases. So I looked at them. Rickey Henderson has the most stolen bases, but does he have the best ratio of stolen bases per game played? He played over 3,000 games. Henderson, 3,081. Where other guys didn't play as many games, but they got more stolen bases percentage than games played than Rickey Henderson. I'll give you the top 10 as far as stolen bases total. But then I have another list, the top 10 best ratio of stolen bases per game played. Henderson is number 1, 1406. Lou Brock, number 2, 938. Billy Hamilton, 914. Ty Cobb, 897. Tim Raines, 808. Vince Coleman, 752. Arlie Latham, 742. Eddie Collins, 741. Max Carey, 738. And then Honus Wagner, number 10, 723. But my list, the top 10, looks at the percentage of games played and stolen bases. They're more adept to getting the stolen bases more often than guys who have the most stolen bases in history. Am I making sense? Which player has a better ratio of getting a stolen base per the game that he plays? Number 1 all time, Billy Hamilton. He had 914, but he only played 14 years. His percentage was .56. Almost half the time he played a game, he would get a stolen base. Now, he didn't get a stolen base every single game he played. He played 1,594, but he got 914. That's a percentage of .56. Number 2 on the list, Vince Coleman. His ratio is very good. He played 1,371 games, but he got 752 stolen bases. That's .55. He's number 2. So Billy Hamilton and Vince Coleman are the most proficient base stealers in baseball history. Now, other guys have more stolen bases, but their percentage is not as good as these two guys. But number 3 on the list is Rickey Henderson. He had the most, 1,406 stolen bases, but he played way more games, 3,081. Give Hamilton and Coleman 3,081 games. I think they would have had more stolen bases than Henderson. Following me? But Henderson comes in at .46. See, Hamilton was .56. Coleman, .55. Henderson, .46. Number 4 on the list, Arlie Latham. Have you heard of this guy? Played 1,629 games, but he got 742 stolen bases. He's at .45, just below Henderson. Number 5, Ron DeFleur. Can't tell you how many times that happens. My phone rings while I'm on a video. Okay. Number 5, Ron DeFleur. This guy's interesting. He only played 1,099 games, but he got 455 stolen bases. That's a very good percentage, .41. Number 6, Lou Brock. Now he's number 2 all time, 938 stolen bases. But he came in at number 6 at .37. Had 1,245 attempts. Number 7, Tommy McCarthy, old school, 1,273 games, stole 468. He's at .37. Number 8, Otis Nixon, 1,709 games. He stole 620. That's .36. Number 9, Harry Stovey, old school, way back. That 1,489 games. He stole 509. And then number 10, Tyrus Cobb. He's at .33. He came in at 897 stolen bases, but he had over 3,000 games. So his percentage was down. Did you know that Ty Cobb, 1,112 attempts and stole 897. So he got thrown out a lot. But he was just wild on the base paths. He was going for first to second, second to third, third to home. So that's the top 10 as far as percentage ratio. I'm digging deeper into some of these stats. Billy Hamilton, most proficient stolen base king in baseball history. Did you know that Billy Hamilton, he's old school. He stole over 100 bases 4 times. He had 111 twice, had 102 and 100. He's only 1,594 games, 914 on the pace he was going. See, Henderson, 3,000 games. Hamilton, 1,600. So that means 1,400 more games Hamilton would need to catch Rickey Henderson in games played. So if Hamilton, on the pace he was on, if he had 1,400 more games, then his percentage is .56. That means 700 more stolen bases he would have stolen, because it was half of 1,400. He had 700 more stolen bases. Add the 700 to his 914, he would have been in the 1,600s, and Henderson would be number 2 at 1,400. Same with Vince Coleman. Coleman played 1,371 games. So he needs about 1,500 more to catch Henderson in games. Now he was at .55. So that means 700 and divided in half, 1,500 in half would be what, 750. So Coleman had 752 his career. Add another 750. Coleman's in the 1,500s. He would have passed Henderson. So the 2 most proficient base stealers of all time, Billy Hamilton and Vince Coleman. Did you know that Coleman, I'll click on him, he started off his career 3 straight seasons, 100 runs, 100 stolen bases, 110, 107, 109. Led the league 5 times. Now, Henderson, how many 100 stolen base seasons did he have? Well, he holds the record. He had 130 one year. So he had 3 seasons, 100 or more. Hamilton had 4. Coleman and Henderson, 3. Cobb never had 100. 96, I think, was his high. So, what do you think of the top 10 in stolen bases? Now, there's another list as far as percentage of not getting thrown out. But that list is not as important to me because some of those guys on the list, let's say they're 85, 90%, ratio, like Tim Raines, 84% percentage of stealing on stolen base. Willie Wilson, 83%. Henderson was at 80%. Brock was at 75%. But some of those guys don't have the number of stolen bases attempts to qualify. These top 10, I look at 1,000 or more games, but also you got to have a lot of attempts to be able to be in my top 10. And some of those guys with the high percentages don't have enough attempts. The only one would be like Tim Raines. But on my list, Raines came in at 0.32. He was below Ty Cobb. And Cobb was number 10 on the list. Raines, number 11. And there's other guys like Maury Wills. He didn't have enough percentage. Stole a lot of bases, Maury Wills. But not enough percentage to get up there. Eddie Collins stole a lot, but he played way too many more games, so his percentage is lower. All right, we're done with this video. Stolen base efficiency. Not just the percentage, but the number of stolen bases per game played is the stat that I was looking at. All right, my next video, I'm done with basically a lot of stats on Baseball Reference. I've covered, obviously, hits, runs scored, RBIs, homers, doubles, homers, triples, doubles, singles. I've covered that. Stolen bases, walks, on base, slugging, and total bases. So I've covered all those in my videos. I look deeper into those stats. I'm going to continue to do a top 10 list, but I'm going to pick out certain individual areas of baseball where there's top 10. And one of the areas I like is when a baseball player stays with his team his entire career. So who are the top 10 players in baseball history with the most years with the same team? Do you know that stat? That's digging deeper. I know who they are. I'll talk about them next. I'm out.